past few days, the Situation Room has reviewed multiple incidents, in which many involve further means in the way of the Player Safety Committee, the game officials, and in special circumstances, are sent for a greater understanding to additional experts, all in an effort for the betterment of the game. Within this short time, the Department of Player Safety have reviewed many incidents, in which some have been worthy of supplementary discipline, others have warranted a 5+ game misconduct, but no supplementary discipline, and many others have been reviewed, regardless if a penalty is called, for the sake of player safety, within the confines of the rules of the game. In many cases, the similarities or differences are dependent on a judgment decision of the incident, meaning it is not a basic yes or no conclusion. Furthermore, all these incidents have some form of a concern by the fans, media, coaches, players, game officials, and many others, wanting a clearer and more precise explanation to better understand the boundaries of acceptable play. As the teams receive a Monday report each week from the Department of Player Safety regarding specific events, this week is more all-encompassing, in that we want to take this opportunity to explain some of the differences our department examines as we reveal contact involving the head. In principle, why some hits garnish game official involvement, some conclude with supplementary discipline, and some involve talking to the team to educate on a better form of body contact, or a player receiving a check properly to protect himself. When we review the illegal check to the head rule, it is defined as a hit resulting in contact with opponent's head, where the head was the main point of contact, and such contact to the head was avoidable, is not permitted. There are two aspects of an illegal check to the head, both of which must be present for the hit to be illegal. First, the head must be the main point of contact of the hit. This means it does not matter what part of the player was impacted first. What matters is what part of the player absorbed the majority of the impact of the hit. Let's look at some examples from the past few days. On this hit by Christopher, while contact is made with a clear amount of body-to-body force, it is clear to the Player Safety Committee that it is the head of Hancock that absorbs the majority of the impact of this hit. It is the left shoulder of Christopher that drives initial and direct contact into the head of Hancock. On the primal hit on Kmanovic, we acknowledge that Kmanovic is low on this play, and a path to the puck in a form of better protect himself can be taken. However, Primal did alter his skating pass slightly, made minimal contact with Kmanovic's body, and it's the head of Kmanovic that absorbs the majority of the impact. The key factor on both these plays is similar, in that the head of the player receiving the hit moves independently of their body. On the hit by Traversa on Bischofberger, causing an apparent injury, resulting in no supplementary discipline, Traversa hits through the body of Bischofberger. We see the hit making full body contact, driving Bischofberger back simultaneously with his head going forward in a whiplash motion. It is not the head of Bischofberger that is the main point of contact, but rather the body. If it is determined that the head is not the main point of contact, the review is stopped there, within the framework of the check to the head rule. If it is determined the head is the main point of contact, then it must be determined if the second main component of the check to the rule is satisfied, which states, determining whether contact with opponent's head was avoidable. Within the check to the head rule, it explains multiple reasons why head contact may be determined as avoidable or not. As Primal and Christopher hits were determined illegal for the same reason, having poor timing or poor angle of approach is the cause of non-avoidable head contact. As many people feel that any contact to the head should be deemed illegal, in many cases it is considered unavoidable or incidental. Let's look at some further examples that were not deemed worthy of supplementary discipline. It is clear that Cannell did make contact with the head of Erdely, causing an apparent injury. On the player safety side, it was determined the head contact was inadvertent, with Cannell having no way to avoid head contact. Cannell had a regard for the puck, maintained a normal skating path, and did not do any body movements, which is deemed the cause of head contact. On both the Camarosa head contact on Mantenuto and the Hurl head contact on Steinouch, we confirmed that the head was the main point of contact. But the second component was not. Neither incident was it determined the head contact was avoidable. Both incidents, the players receiving the hit, it was their body movement that put their head in the lane of contact, not Camarosa or Hurl altering their body, skating lane, or a body extension to make head contact. In this incident, same result in head contact made, but a different approach. Perrault and Lewington engage each other, both aware of each other's presence. The play is determined to be as much a battle for body position as a determination that Perrault made contact with the intent to hit Lewington in the head. It was determined to be worthy of a penalty by the game officials. From the player safety perspective, it was determined that the head was not the main point of contact, as there was primary body-to-body contact. To summarize, the two main components of an illegal check must be satisfied. The head must be the main point of contact on the hit, and two, was the head contact avoidable or not? If both are met, the degree of discipline will depend on additional factors such as force, injury, unsuspecting, predatory in nature. We hope this helps in understanding the check to the head rule.